sports analysis.
Entertainment reviews.
And everything in between.
Yo, what's that word? 12 Minute Podcast, episode 79. Big 79. How y'all fellas going tonight?
Good.
For sure. Man, I got the holy light on this motherfucker tonight. Feeling like I was about to say something crazy. I'm just gonna leave that to myself. We're gonna start off in the Reddit warm-up. Kind of long, but I'm gonna skim through it tonight. So a gentleman is looking for advice. Please help me get closer to a woman I'm interested in for something stable. So he said, I'm interested and not just for one night because she has several qualities that I like for a more stable relationship. I'll skim through. She is a streamer, has a business, lives with her parents, good looking, medium height, voluptuous, extrovert with skills and experience in digital communication and TV. We have several tastes and comments. I'm not reading all that. Okay, she's near 40, has a boyfriend, can be a little dry sometimes. He says, I am in my early 50s, MD. Don't know what that means. I think that got something to do with probably can't get it up or some shit. Like, I don't know. Tall, moderately attractive, a little chubby. I am not embarrassed to talk to strangers, but I could improve my conversation in my keynote. By him saying that, I automatically understand he's Caucasian as well. How could I improve my conversation with her on social media since we don't see each other much? How could I ask her out without her getting offensive? Thanks. We'll start off with you, Byron.
Why, yeah. Oh, man. Well, first off, if I heard you correctly, this woman has already have a man.
Yeah, she already got it.
That ain't the one for you, bruh. That ain't the one for you. She already got a man, and she talking to you. She gonna have talk. She talking to other people too. It ain't for you, bruh. To go find a nice woman that you know what I'm saying that's genuine like yourself. It seems like you're have qualities that you want to branch out to become a better conversationalist. Be able to talk to women a lot more easier. Go out to places that you're interested in, and you will find those women that have the same quality interests that at least some that you have, and I'm pretty sure you can find a good quality woman there. But the woman that you're talking to, that ain't for you, bro.
What about you, Khalil?
Oh, to add on to what Byron said, you said she's 40.
He's 50. She's 30.
She's closer to 40 though, right? By what you said or something?
She's 30.
30?
She's 30.
Okay. It's insane.
I mean, she's 30, he's 50. There's that big ass age difference. There's the fact that she got a boyfriend and she's still entertaining conversation with this man. She living with her peoples while doing all this. She's streaming, but obviously she don't make money if she's living with her peoples. It's a lot of red flags for me. If I was him, what dude saying Friday after next, I kick the old country ass to the curb. Yeah, she gotta go, bruh. I'm pretty sure you can find better out there, maybe somebody your age, somebody that, has a better life for themselves. Because like you said, like Byron said, he seemed like he a down-to-earth, chill dude that got everything in his life put together. I think he just going through a confusing time, maybe a midlife crisis or something. Trying to feel young again.
If she's showing attention to him and he gonna fall into that I think I'm falling for this person, but it's not really. It's just because that's the first person that probably, maybe showing them attention in a while.
I feel like folks, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna go to your thing real quick. You're on Reddit, user gamer PSQ74. I hope you take this advice that we are gonna give you. But honestly, brother, you're 50 years old. From everything you're saying, I feel like you ain't saying the full story. I feel like you just found a girl on Instagram. You hit up on the DMs. Y'all talk a little bit back and forth, and you probably taking it more than what it is, brother. Or you done fell in love with one of the chat line females. I'm gonna tell you now, bro. Bruh, she got a dude. She live with her people. She's 30 years old. She's a loser, bruh. And honestly, you chasing her like this, you gotta tighten up, bro. Like you gotta tighten up, bruh. You're 50 years old. She 30 years old, but she gonna take your money and you're gonna be out of there, bruh. Everything you work for is gonna be gone, bruh. And I ain't just here to ridicule you. I'm gonna give you some advice because we're gonna move on to our topics. Some advice, bruh. Go to church or go to the mosque, go to a place of religion, just a place where theoretically good women are at. Present yourself. You said you ain't scared to talk to strangers, but you're talking about hitting this girl up online. So you're contradicting. I feel like you're lying to me. But go to those places where they're at. Dress nice. You know what I'm saying? Get your weight down a little bit and do your thing. Go put yourself out there to as many options as you can. And the best looking one that got the most stable life, go with her, brother. Like, do your thing, bro. You ain't gotta do this. I don't even like reading that right there, bro. You ain't gotta do this.
Down bad.
And yeah, she down bad. And honestly, you in a drought too, but you still got a chance to tighten up, bro. Don't anchor yourself to some shit that's gonna pull you down, folks. I'm telling you right now, bro.
I'm crying.
Tighten up, get off ready.
But she's a loser.
For sure, it's a loser. So crazy. What the hell? She got a boyfriend 30 and she talking to your old ass. Anyways,
she ain't got nothing better to do with her life.
For real, what the fuck? She trying to get that bread. I bet she trying to get that money on her. Yeah. Ain't no way. I know. I didn't try to not flag. I bet she's selling feet pics. How much she charging? Not flag. I ain't into that though. I don't understand a nigga who pay for feet pics. That's weird, baby. But anyway, that's a conversation another time. So our first topic tonight, we'll start from the bottom of how we ordered it. We'll do 2 cities each. What's one city that y'all would consider NBA expansion a good look for? We'll start off with you, Chalil.
One that's been on everybody's mind, I'm pretty sure, especially from a fan standpoint, bring the Supersonics back to Seattle. It's been a while. And honestly, I feel like they have the Seahawks. They just got an expansion team a few years ago with the NHL, with the Seattle Kraken. And you see how the Seahawks fans are. You see 12th man, all that. So I feel like they'd have a dedicated, crazy fan base. They'd have a fairly new arena to use in the Climate Pledge Arena. And then Seattle's the largest media market without an NBA franchise at the moment. So I believe you expand the NBA out there. It draws in more tourists. It draws in more money for the city. And that just leads to more public financing as well. And then on top of that, like I said, bro, Supersonics has some of the rawest jerseys. I miss them. When you think of Supersonics, you think of Sean Kemp, Kevin Durant, all of them dogs that are out there. Yeah.
Gary Payton.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ray Allen.
So yeah, I feel like they deserve a team.
Now, would you say the Supersonics or just just another team?
If they gonna bring a team to Seattle, it got to be the Supersonics. I think the only way for it to have the effect that it's supposed to have is for it to be the Supersonics.
Do OKC, if any of y'all know, do OKC use the Supersonics history, or do they start from when they got to OKC?
Oh, I don't know.
I think KD and Russ probably do. Since they were like the last couple of players, drafted.
Yeah. I feel it. I'm just wondering if they would hang like,
or maybe KD part.
if KD jersey would be, because it's gonna be hung in Oklahoma City. I wonder would it be hung if they started up a franchise in Seattle? Will it be hung up in Seattle? But we'll see. It should be, but we'll see. What about you, Brian? What's the city, your first city for NBA expansion?
Bring back the some version. I know they got the Memphis Grizzlies now, but back in the day, we knew them as the Vancouver Grizzlies. That fan base was crazy. Canada go wild for their sports teams in general. I mean, all their hockey teams that win championships, those people would normally, of nice, calm culture of people, Canadians, they very kind. But when they get turned up for their sports, they get turned up off that liquor, off that Canadian, off that Canadian superior, you know what I'm saying? And then they get lit for their team and they go hard. They were definitely going hard for Jason back in the day, Brian Reeves, and they were definitely a good team to uplift the internationals kind of slash NBA even more. So I think they definitely should come back.
Sure. I went outside the box with my two. So my first one I had Kingston. Well, on Kingston, Jamaica. For reasons the 81st most populated city in North America, as of 2023, with about 1,200,000 people. Demographic 80% Black. That sounds like the NBA demographic now, damn near, ain't it? As the highest numbers of school, hospitals, and universities on the island, and is the economic centerpiece of the island, with a great climate, sports crazed fan base that go crazy about their icons, like including Usain Bolt, Shelly Ann Fraser Price. Used to be one of my little crushes, but I wasn't like folks who we talked about in the warm up though. She was just a pretty woman. But I'm gonna go with Kingston. I think a lot of people already vacation there anyways, a lot of players. I think it has a great culture. And ultimately it's not too far. It's far, but it's not too far to where it's unrealistic. Kind of how I think about some overseas cities. It would have to be something different if you connect them like plane flights that far. But I'm gonna go with Kingston. Who you got for your second city, Chalil?
1 second.
I
have Mexico City.
Mm-hmm.
Mexico City, Mexico.
What is it, Byron?
I was like, that's a flight out there, boy.
Kingston? It's probably, I think it's 2 hours.
Oh, okay. That ain't too bad.
Well, I'm thinking about Florida. But yeah. If you're going from Cali to Kingston, you're gonna be hot. But you probably be hot going to Miami too. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I had Mexico City, Mexico. They have a large population. Like I said, so that would lead, in my opinion, to constantly large crowds and gatherings at the venue. I believe it'd be a passionate fan base, as they don't have too many games out there for the NBA. I think it was like 2 games played early in the year or something over there. And then with the NBA popularity growing, I feel like it do its due diligence, starting to grow out there culturally. As we know, soccer is like the top thing out there. I'm not saying basketball is going to take over, but just to give the fans in Mexico something else, to cheer about and be excited about. But that's a good thing. And then it'd bring marketing for the NBA to New Mexico, or all over Mexico, rather than just how it's all over the US and Canada right now. So it'd be another good marketing move.
They already got a G League team out there too, which make it interesting, and they sell pretty well. And also Mexico, they really go hard by their stars. In every sport, like Mexican people get behind Mexican people, like especially in boxing, like you said, soccer, and all those things. Like they really, like Canelo. He's a great legendary boxer to us, but over there he's an icon. Like he Mike Tyson with him. So what about yourself, Byron?
My second one, I went with a team that's kind of been in rumbles of recent. The out in Las Vegas. Just teams out there, they make money. The Las Vegas Aces, they brought in almost 18 million last year. The Raiders brought in almost in 2022, they brought in about 90 million and steadily keeping their 90 to 70 million bringing in per year. Nevada, the Wolfpack, they're making about 1.5, bringing it in. So Vegas is definitely a revenue spot for any kind of sports team, and basketball would be, the first team in that state. So that'll be pretty cool, and in that city as well. Money is always, Vegas gambling, so people are gonna love it. They have a whole gambling place, casino in the Raiders stadium as well, so they can kind of do something similar to that are already going to have the fans inside the building already, so you can get them just come to the game, spend more money, go crazy. And Vegas is that kind of place, which is already chaotic, so hey, make it more.
I'm gonna shoot some shit up in Vegas. My bets keep missing by one.
Might have to edit that out, my boy. I know you remember that thing that happened. But yeah, anyways.
Gotta hit the pause button on that one. Beep.
but hey, Vegas was going crazy for UNLV back in the day too with Larry Johnson.
Vegas was going crazy with Anthony. What's dude #1 overall pick?
Anthony Bennett.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. My second city was San Diego, 20th highest population in North America, with about 5 million people as of 2022. Demographic, 40% white, 30% Hispanic, and surprisingly to me, 18% Asian. I don't know why that's important. I just thought that was interesting. Climate, located in a mountainous region, so they get good weather, a little rainy, but like consistent weather. Actually, my in-law, put it out there. I'm gonna say people that I know live out there, and so you can leave your window open the entire year, no AC, and you can live a great lifestyle out there in San Diego. It's also the 28th ranked TV market, and just like Jamaica and a bunch of other cities, sports crazed. Obviously, LA been on some sucker type stuff, still in the Chargers and the Clippers used to play in San Diego too. Yeah. Ultimately, I think Wapping.
I seen that when I was looking up stuff.
Ultimately, I think the Clippers need to move back to San Diego. They got the whole city to themselves, second biggest city in California. They always going to be the little brother to the Lakers in LA. And even though they just built that team stadium in Inglewood, that's still LA. Yeah. San Diego, you got it to yourself. It's a sports crazed fan base. I know they missed the Chargers, and I know they missed other teams that's left. They already got a good stadium. I think the Clippers need to make that move for sure.
You know how much money they put into that stadium? Them boys there for a hot minute.
Oh, yeah, they ain't never going to.
Yeah, by the time they move, shit, our kids going to be about our age.
What? Hey, you never. Maybe it'll be like a random team. Like they'll have their own startup team. But it's already Kings, Warriors, Lakers, Clippers. I think it's 4 teams in Cali. So not sure we need 5.
Cali is a pretty huge state, so.
Yeah, they're real. So our next topic would be, let's talk about let's go with the transfer portal. Right now, Notre Dame is playing Indiana, so it's interesting. Who do y'all have winning the transfer portal? We'll start off with you, Byron.
I'll say just to be on a controversial. Well, I ain't gonna say it's controversial. Just on a try to uplift this team, I guess, kind of side. I used to like this team back in the day. Nebraska Cornhuskers. They used to definitely be a tough team to play, especially for USC. So I used to always love watching them on the side as I was watching my USC, Reggie Bush days. But they got a young man down there named Raiola, uh, Raiola, Daniel Raiola, who's
Yeah.
supposed to be like Patrick Mahomes. He has a nice arm, slings the ball, kind of try to mimic Patrick Mahomes as much as possible.
Weird.
Uh, he had a subpar year in 12 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. I mean, obviously, still a freshman, true freshman, and learning curve, not having great receivers, and with the transfer portal just coming out, uh, they got a lot of they got a couple stars themselves. Um, Dang, what that freaking page? Sheesh. There it is. Um, and they got a 5-star a 4-star receiver that just transferred from Cali, and Hunter, I think Nizea Hunter, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. 6'2", about 192 pounds, wonderful wide receiver. Limited touches where he was, being redshirted, but once he's coming over to this team with a wonderful quarterback in Raiola, hopefully we can get his touchdown to interception ratio down, because he was always out there trying to give his receivers a chance to go get the ball, and they were just not coming up with it, or him just putting a little too much on it. But having a receiver like this guy um, in Hunter, who's a big size, very physical, go up and get the ball kind of guy. He's going to be able to help that offense. And on the defensive side, they picked up a lot of stars as well. A wonderful backer, freshman who came in highly recruited, I believe about 4 stars as well, or a 4 to 5-star fringe from Missouri. He came over and going to help out that edge rush on their defense. She's so adorable.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Came home, decided to run up.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be able to help out on that edge, and get a lot of sacks. I believe his name is William. No, nowhere. I
No,
can't. Is that?
no one Nary or something like that.
Yeah, there you go. Wonderful size, 6'6", 257, beast of a man from Kansas. He's gonna be able. I mean, even with him being redshirted, he played in his 2 games. He got a couple sacks. He had 2 sacks. I'm sorry, a sack and 2 tackles in just those 2 games. And after that, he decided to redshirt, and now he's transferring over there to help that defense.
Yeah, he was all over the field when that dude in our dynasty. By the way, get in touch with the 13 in the dynasty. Dude beat me had Missouri yesterday. He had a couple sacks, so I know
Yeah,
about him for sure.
yeah, that boy a beast.
Yeah, I think he was #1 ranked high school player last year
That's
in Canada,
crazy.
5-star player. Yeah, and
Yeah,
they
he was like
gave
4 or
up,
5 star.
huh?
Yeah, it said like 4 or 5 star fringe.
Yeah, French, he was the #1 player in the country. Like that was a beast. They gave that man a huge bag. You had the head
So
coach jumping in people's arms, and then he transferred.
yeah,
Hey,
I'm out of here.
NIL is crazy
I'm out of here.
for sure. What about you? I mean, I can go Khalil if
I'm
you.
good. Well, I'm good now.
Are you go ahead?
I had Ole Miss as the winner of the transfer portal.
Yeah.
They had 5 4-stars and then 6 3-stars, I believe. Um, they had a couple of big beefy O linemen, pause, that they picked up out the transfer portal, and Delano Townsend, PJ Wilkins, and Patrick Kudus, who like I said, are all big, help out the O line. They went and got Caleb Odom from Alabama. He didn't really play much at Bama, but he's a 6'5", big jump ball threat receiver. He was heavily recruited out of high school, and I know he's going to come in looking to have a crazy sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
We have another wide receiver they picked up in Dejon Stribling from Oklahoma State. 6'2", 200-pound wide receiver. Had 52 receptions, 882 yards, 6 touchdowns. He averaged 17 yards per catch. So he's coming in ready to be a big play threat for them as well. Jaden Yates, he's a linebacker. I'm pretty sure you guys all heard about how the whole Marshall team's like transferring or something.
Yeah.
He's coming over from Marshall. He ended the year with 115 total tackles, half a sack. So I feel like he's gonna come in and play a major role at linebacker. Tackle machine, finding the tackles. He has a real knack for getting to the ball, getting to where he needs to be. They also got Prince Will Umanelin.
Umelli. I said it in my head, but yeah.
from Nebraska. I believe he was like the number 1 rated D end in the transfer portal, so that's a big pickup for them. And then they went and got Deshaun Womack over from LSU, which I believe he was another top end in the portal. And a lot of these guys are coming over from the SEC, so they're already built to play SEC brand football. So I feel like they're going to fit right in and hopefully get Ole Miss to the playoffs next year.
Yeah, they should have been this year. Ole Miss, thing about them is, I can say this, like they flipped 3 people from Arkansas in general. Like,
yeah,
you could tell that tampering is crazy. And I know a lot about Nebraska too, because Florida State hired the DC from Nebraska, and we just picked up one of their players, so that's interesting. I went with Texas Tech. I don't know. Well, them Texas oil fields something different when they come to. If they want to pay, then ain't nobody beating them boys. And with that, I just go with 3 players who I really like. Was Lee Hunter from UCF, defensive tackle. At defensive tackle, he had 45 tackles, 10 tackles for the loss, only 1 sack with 28 pressures. Had a 76.8 PFF grade. And he was the number 33 overall ranked transfer. Off the top of my head, I believe Lee Hunter is listed at 6'4", 320 pounds, D tackle. Finna play in going from Big 12 to Big 12 with UCF. Then you had, let's see, I'm gonna go with a big guy. I'm gonna go with Howard Sampson, North Carolina, sophomore tackle, 6'8", 325 pounds, all ACC honorable mention, with 12 starts on the year. He was rated as the number 94 overall transfer. I could have went with probably 5 or 6 more players that I love for them, but I'm gonna go with receiver Reggie Virgil from Ohio. Ohio somehow had 2 great transfer receivers this year, but I digress. Miami of Ohio, by the way, the real Miami. Reggie Virgil had 41 catches for 816 yards. That's 19.99 yards per catch. With 9 touchdowns. He had a 60.6 PFF grade. I believe Reggie's 6'5", 190. So a dominant jump ball receiver, a great possession receiver at the same time. Texas Tech is loading up for a run. They also picked up Mitch Griffiths from Wake Forest. He's not good, but hey, maybe he'll be better in their scheme. And they got some young talent there. But they pooling all their money together to put together the best team they got. And I respect teams that go all in, because that's how it got to be in college football. Either you got the money or you don't, unfortunately, especially with the Big Ten sign every 5-star. The Big Ten and the SEC sign every 5-star in the nation. No other conference, including Notre Dame, signed 1 5-star this entire year. So they just letting you know it's the haves and have-nots. With that, I think all these teams could be in contention for transfer portal winners, but at the end of the day, they're doing what's best for their program. I wish other teams would do the same. Shout out to those. With that, move on to our final topic. And we'll start off with you, Khalil. Who do you have as like with Teddy Bridgewater, obviously just winning a state championship with Miami Northwestern, and Mike Vick, the great Mike Vick, been hired at Norfolk State. Who do you have as potential former player to have success as a coach?
First one was Alex Smith, former quarterback for a few teams in the league. He played 16 years in the league. Played at Utah. I think he went like 21-1 as a starter. He was the Mountain West Conference Player of the Year. Drafted number 1 overall. And he scored a 40 out of 50 on the Wonderlic exam, which a score of 20, just to put it in perspective, is like average intelligence. But just to go through some things, he led the 49ers to the NFC Championship, their first consecutive division titles and playoff win since 2002. That wasn't the 49ers, that was the Chiefs. But just what I think he'd make a good coach, especially on the offensive end for like a college team. He was one of the smartest quarterbacks in the league. So, he should have the X and O's and basics of running an offense covered. Seems like he's down to earth and like he would be able to relate to the college players, especially after that injury he had. I think it was like life-threatening. And then, just him fighting through that, or I think they almost had to amputate his leg. Yeah. So just with him fighting through that, coming back, winning comeback player of the year kind of shows the grit and all that stuff that he has. And I feel like he'd be able to instill that in his players and kind of be able to relate to them more because he had to go through like trials and tribulations of stuff like that. So yeah.
What about yourself, Byron?
I went with Drew Brees, myself, a wonderful, astute gentleman. Start off with some of his college stuff, at least. Not many people knew it. He went to Purdue University. Had a 24-13 record at his time there. Won a Big Ten championship over Kansas State. Not over Kansas. Over Kansas State, and won MVP that year as well, throwing about 230 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was going crazy. It ended up getting drafted to the Chargers. I think they were San Diego Chargers at that time.
Sure.
Them boys. Then ended up facing adversity there, losing his job to Phillip Rivers, who was a wonderful quarterback as well. So can't be too upset about that. Went to New Orleans Saints. Dealt with even more adversity during that time and during Katrina. Galvanized his team to winning the Super Bowl that next year to uplift the whole city. He's just a leader of men, wonderful gentleman. Has a couple businesses now. I believe he dabbled in coaching as well, just on the side of his kids. He's been a consultant amongst college coaches as well, in how they should run a couple things, or they always ask for his advice and an advisor as well. I think he would definitely be a wonderful coach and could definitely lead men, those young men, little boys, in high school level, college level, any level really, to prominence.
So, future Hall of Fame or present Hall of Fame. I'm not sure if he got in yet.
Not just yet.
Yeah, for sure. Future Hall of Fame Drew Brees is definitely somebody I thought about too. For my first one, I went with Steve Smith Senior. That is, 3-time All-Pro, 5-time Pro Bowler. Also, a comeback player of the year. So adversity was definitely something that I thought about in relation to him being a coach. He's in the Carolina Panthers Ring of Honor, 2005 Triple Crown winner, and he played 16 seasons at the NFL level. which I think any player, if you're being recruited by him, because I picked him to be a great college coach. If you're being recruited by him, he's played at the highest level, and he's literally been the best at the highest level. So kind of bringing some of that prime flavor, that coach prime flavor. And Steve Smith is known to be, at the very least, aggressive or
For sure.
standing on his beliefs, is what I'll say. And I think you'll have to do that in a locker room where you got, when obviously if he's coaching at the highest level of college, those players were the best players where they come from. So regardless of what people say, there's going to be a little bit of an ego there. And I think he do well to keep a lot of that ego in check and let them know that hard work is the best way to get the success that they want. Plus, he's done a lot of broadcasting work post-career. And I think he showed his mind for the game that people probably didn't recognize that he had while he was playing. So I went with Steve Smith. I think he would have made a great option for UNC to hire. We'll have to see what they do with Belichick, but even after Belichick, I think he'll be a great candidate there. He's already ingratiated in that community from his time with the Panthers or NC State, just some team in North Carolina. I think he'll make an excellent head coach for them.
Yeah, he's still that city heavy.
Sure. Who you got for your second one, Khalil?
I went Cam Chancellor. Former safety for the Seattle Seahawks, played 9 years in the NFL, all with the Seahawks. He went to Virginia Tech College or Virginia Tech, and he was kind of an under the radar guy. Well, I'm not gonna say kind of. He was an under the radar guy. He had a really good senior year. Wound up being elected into the Virginia Tech Hall of Fame. He was a 5th round pick in the NFL draft. During his NFL career, he had made Pro Bowls. He won the Super Bowl. And at one point, I'm pretty sure he was one of the most feared safeties in the league, especially with the Legion of Boom, with him and Earl Thomas. You pretty much know you go into the second level, you're going to get hit. And then just, he wasn't really sought after in high school. So I kind of feel like he can use that to his advantage if he was a college coach, kind of, since he was a diamond in the rough, he knows what to look for. He knows how it feels. I feel like he could really find the dogs or bring the dogs out of most players. And just, we all know that he's aggressive. And, he's fit. He was physical himself. So I feel like he'd bring a lot of physicality over to the college level, kind of have them guys prepared for anything. And he played quarterback in high school. So I feel like with him playing quarterback in high school and then switching over to safety, I feel like it gives him the edge, kind of being able to see what the formation the offense is in and kind of being able to kind of pick their minds and instill it in his players. And then he has big game experience. He's played in the highest league at the highest level where he excelled. I think in the Super Bowl, he wound up picking off, he wound up having like an interception, picking off Peyton Manning or something like that as well. And then he's just one of the smartest safeties in the league as well. You never really seen him put himself in a bad situation. He always, what is it? Oh, he's a proven leader. Especially, him kind of being that big brother with the Legion of Boom. They were one of the most feared defenses in the league. And you just knew when you were playing them, you had to prepare yourself, for massages, ice, all that after the game. So I feel like he'd be able to bring all that to the college level. And I feel like that ultimately would help him excel.
Sure.
With my second guy, I went with Louis Riddick. Well-known face. I mean, if you guys watch a lot of sports, you would definitely see him on the NFL Network, ESPN's first take your pick. Any sports network, you're gonna see him on there. He's a very intelligent gentleman. He played college level, a little bit of the NFL level. He played at Pitt, 2-time All-American, captain of his team, wonderful team to play for, especially back in those early, 90s, 80, late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s. They were a very, very tough team to play. He ended up being drafted in Atlanta. Played a very, like I said, very short stint there. Went to Cleveland, went back to Atlanta. Didn't have a very standout-ish career, but he knows the game. He was a part of the NFL's association. Um, Players president at one point. So he was, he knows players, he knows communication, he knows how to talk to the upper levels, the lower levels, whatever kind of communication you need. He had those skills. He knows the game fairly well. He made it to all levels, all three levels. I mean, not many people can say they played one down in the NFL. So if you know how to make it to that level, you know how to make it. And now, like I said, he definitely knows the X's and O's. You hear him talk about it on every sports network. He's been he was actually in the running not too long ago to be a coach for Khalil's team, the Giants. Not many people knew, but he was definitely trying to play those behind the scenes roles and trying to get himself to be in the forefront to be their coach. But ended up, obviously losing that job. I mean, they probably should have hired him with the job. Because he definitely gonna demand some respect on the team and command the team for sure, for sure. And I think that's definitely a wonderful candidate at any level.
I'm not a Giants fan no more.
All right, that's how I feel, bro. That's how I be feeling.
Refer to me as a Raven from now on.
Hey, you can't be mad, bro. You can't be mad at all. You got 2 Super Bowls in your lifetime. 2. You can't be mad.
I ain't gonna cap, bro.
You got to deal with it.
One of them Super Bowls, I was low-key rooting for the Patriots.
Yeah.
Hey, you got 2 though. You can't.
I wanted this, bro. I wanted to see history, bro.
Hey,
I feel you. Yeah, we barely got any playoff experience. Maybe Louis Riddick is a candidate for us because their report came out yesterday. It was looking ugly for the Jets organization. Where they was talking about Woody Johnson.
Trading a player for his Madden rating? Ugly.
Yeah.
Ugly.
Yeah.
Jets won last week.
17-year-olds running our damn organization. Insane.
Jets won last week.
What happened?
The Jets won last week.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to go right back down the drain this week.
That's in spite. This man trying to get some money and come back next year.
For sure. Hopefully not.
Hopefully, I pray not. But to be honest,
y'all was praising the man before the season started.
That's our only option. So
remember, Super Bowl.
We got no choice.
Yeah. Hey,
all I say is we need a coach.
Yeah. Hey, things happen. Sometimes people lie.
I told you, man. I wasn't sold on Aaron Rodgers, bro. I told you.
All I know is if we bring Kirk Cousins or Sam Darnold back to our motherfucking team, I got all right to give up. I got all right. I've been rocking since 4-day them Jets. Like I can't do it no more. If they bring any of those 2 to our team as our quarterback, I can't do it.
I think they got to draft a quarterback this year either way. I would think.
Sadly, we not.
I'm not gonna say one of the top quarterbacks, but maybe somebody they could try to groom or something. Because
we're not. All I've been hearing is the guy Graham from Michigan.
I love that Mason Graham,
the freshman.
Yeah, I think he's the best defensive player in the draft. To be honest with you,
I feel that, but that's not what we need.
I don't know. We were kind of getting run on this
year. Defense been getting kind of.
But that was. Do you think that was more? Do you think that was more our team, or do you think that was more scheme?
I don't think we got the defense. I don't think they got the players in the trenches. I like Quinnen, but I don't think he got an adequate running mate. And Hassan
Reddick ain't do shit either. Hasn't done shit.
Well, I mean, he missed more than half the damn season.
Yeah, but
I hope he don't get brought back because I don't think he's good for the locker room. Obviously,
DB's
yeah.
DB's ass.
Only
Whoa,
it's
whoa, hold on now,
kind of
hold on,
bad
whoa.
because we ain't got no choice but to re-sign him.
DB's ass is crazy. Like,
Well, I've been hearing Will Johnson,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Reed got to go. He got to go.
I,
DJ can go.
but I do think we need a quarterback though. I
They
wouldn't
need,
agree
they
with
need
either one of
a
those.
Quentin,
Huh?
Quentin,
Quinn Ewers?
it's the only option.
I'd rather him play than Aaron Rodgers, to be honest with
I
you.
mean, yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, if
or
it's
get Carson
obviously we're not,
Beck.
yeah,
Oh,
obviously we're not going to get Cam or Shador, so it's
but
going to have to be either.
We is.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
we'll
is.
hey,
yeah.
but at the same time, I don't think either one of those guys is generational. But the quarterback need a team, so we'll see. Um, my
We need
my
a beyond live body.
what happened?
We need a beyond live body because oh my god, depressing.
Yeah, yeah. 14 years with no postseason is insane. Um, my second candidate, I, I would not want him to be the head coach of the Jets, but I think he could do well at the high school, college level, and that's Ed Reed. In my opinion, the best safety of all time, NFL Hall of Famer. Just a little bit about him: Super Bowl champion, has won at the highest level. NFL DPOY on a defense that had prime Ray Lewis, 8-time All Pro, 9-time Pro Bowler, All Decade Team, Baltimore Ravens Ring of Honor, um, 2-time All American at Miami. Also won a national championship at Miami too. Um, he also has coaching experience. He was a big fan of Rex Ryan, and Rex Ryan was a big fan of him when Rex was the head coach of the Buffalo Bills. Shit, I wouldn't mind bringing Rex Ryan back now I think about
No, bring
it.
Rex back. I love
Yeah.
Rex. I love Rex, man. Come on.
He was a
Those are good
D.
years, bro. That's when I was kind of rooting for the Jets.
Yeah,
Bring
I like
Rex.
Rex. He was a DB coach when Rex was the head coach of the Buffalo Bills, a DB assistant coach. And then he was hired for 25 days for Bethune-Cookman University. Um, Obviously, we saw the epic rant that he had about the facilities. And they couldn't, rectify the contract after that. But I think I wasn't even mad when I saw that because there is a massive gap between HBCUs and the FBS and FCS and other layers of football when it comes to the facilities and stuff. Maybe he didn't have to display it that way publicly like that, but it probably pissed off a lot of the alumni. But which is important in college. I mean, important in college to have a good relationship with the boosters and alumni base. But because he has that experience as a player and small experience as a coach, he has been part of the Miami staff in an advisory role. You often see him on the sidelines and things of that nature. I would like to see Ed Reed get a second opportunity in coaching, even if it's at the HB. Well, that sounded like a little derogatory. I'm gonna say even. I don't want to say even if it's at the HBCU level, but at any level, I would like to see him back in the HBCU those because I like to seeing coaches go there and uplift those programs. Those programs get the massive spotlight, especially when Coach Prime was at Jackson State. Coach Eddie George is doing a great job over there at Tennessee State, I believe. Steve Smith, I would like to see him. Any of these coaches that we talked about, I love when HBCUs get the spotlight. Y'all get in the comments. I'm gonna throw out an idea. I'm thinking about having somebody like work on a dynasty that's I know people do HBCU teams and stuff like that. Just starting up a fresh one, I think that'd be dope. If anybody know how to work that science, get at me, get in the comments. Let us know about that. because I got interest in doing that, and we could chop it up about that. For our final segment, real quick, we'll get into the 6-bet by Chalil himself in the 30-12 inning bet section.
Just real quick, little round robin rapid fire. Once it loads up. All right. So tomorrow there's 2 games. I'm not really focused on them 2 games. We're gonna go to Sunday. We got the Cardinals going against the Panthers. Cardinals still with the win last week, fighting for a spot at the top of that division. We don't know who's gonna win that division yet. I feel like this leads the Cardinals ultimately running through the Panthers. Cardinals money line. Panthers just got whooped on. I think we're starting to see kind of the old Panthers start to come back a little bit. So I take Cardinals there. Bengals, Cleveland. Browns are just terrible at this point.
Yeah.
I don't even think they're starting Jameis Winston. I think they're starting Dorian Thomas-Robinson or something, whatever his name is.
Man.
So I definitely see Bengals winning this game by at least a touchdown. Bengals are hot. Looks like they're trying because they still do have playoff hopes.
Yeah.
I see the Bengals beating the brakes off the Browns. Detroit and Chicago. I know Detroit's a little bit banged up.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are trying to use that as an advantage and, smash Chicago money line. Don't see it. Even with Detroit being banged up and all that stuff, they still competed with the Bills last week, taking Detroit money line easily.
Where the game at?
It's in Chicago. Yeah, doesn't.
What's the line? What's the line on that one?
Detroit spread is a touchdown, pretty much.
That's close.
It's close. What that weather gonna be like?
All the games are close. The only game there's only like 3 games that have like a plus, like a 2-score spread.
The only team going outside in that Chicago weather. What that weather gonna be looking like?
Ass whooping.
Hey.
Who is Golf okay?
Let me go look right now.
Yeah, he gonna play.
Yeah, he's gonna play.
Yeah.
They gotta worry about if Montgomery gonna get back healthy before the playoffs.
Yeah.
They still got.
I'm not worried about playoffs right now. I'm worried about them making me money this week.
I feel.
But
I don't know. I don't know about that. I can see why that's a trendy little upset pick.
I'm taking Lions.
Yeah.
I dig it.
The Bears haven't shown me anything spectacular this year.
For sure.
We have a good game with Philadelphia and the Commanders. At Washington, I just think the Eagles are kind of just clicking on all cylinders right now.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at their schedule, but depending on who's on their schedule, they might not lose again until the playoffs. Taking the Eagles money line there, I'd even take them at the -3 spread. Then you have the Colts and Titans. Titans are another terrible team. They're having quarterback problems. Will Levis isn't starting. They're having Mason Rudolph start. Since Anthony Richardson's been back in that starting role, he's impressed me a lot. He's actually playing football. And the Colts, I think every game they've been in since he's been back, they've actually been in. They've either won or it's been like a 1-score game. Taking the Colts to win that one there. And then I like the Jaguars to upset the Las Vegas Raiders. Yes, the Las Vegas Raiders.
That's an upset?
Yes, the Las Vegas Raiders are favorites in this game.
That's insane.
Yeah. They played a Jets team last week, which, we know how the Jets season's going and stuff, but they put up numbers. Their defense seemed to hold them into the game for most of it after being down. And then their offense came alive in that second half. So I definitely could see Jacksonville taking this game. And I think that was 6 right there.
Yeah, I don't see just on that game, I don't see how the Raiders are favorite. Like at this point, they got to be the dumbest organization in the league to win another game.
The Raiders are.
Yeah, they've been
So
first pick.
it's the trash teams, the Raiders, the Titans, and the Browns. Oh, you have to add the Giants in there. Obviously,
Yeah, I was about to say.
we already know
We're pretty
that.
dumb for winning against the Raiders.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, so you said the Raiders are the favorites?
Raiders are a -1 favorite.
Yeah, go ahead and smash that for the
Or
for
minus
the
2
Jags.
favorites. Sorry. I
Go
see the
smash
Jags
the
even winning
Jags.
by a touchdown. The Jags have actually been playing a good brand of football.
Yeah, and I think Brian Thomas is probably taking over Malik Labors as the best rookie wide receiver this year too, which is crazy. LSU might be worse.
I was saying he was gonna be good. That boy had that talent.
Yeah, he's a really good player.
Better than that other boy on the other side.
But for sure, y'all get in the comments. Let us know how y'all feel about some of these picks. Who y'all betting on? Who y'all got as upset of the week? We got a couple more features going to be adding soon. Y'all stay tuned. And y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Anything y'all want to say before we get up out of here?
Y'all good. Y'all have a good night.
Smash Detroit money line.
Okay.
For sure.